For me to get started, it's all about being a really, really great interviewer. I spend a fair amount of my week interviewing, and most ICs that I speak to hate interviewing because it's more time spent away from writing code or solving the immediate business problem. But I think interviewing is one of the most highest leverage things that you could be doing as an individual contributor. And the goal isn't to just grow the candidate and stick to the script. You're not a robot. That is such a missed opportunity. As a leader, and as you grow to building your interview style, you can use that as an opportunity to pry into how other organizations work, learn about the architectures that they've built, and find technologies that you might not be familiar with. It's really, really important to tailor the interview to the person that you're speaking to so that you get good signal. Now, my absolute favorite interview format to run is what we like to call the technical project deep dive, and we run this with engineering leaders. So it's like almost like a reverse system design. The leader can bring a problem that they're really, really familiar with and have solved for within their company or within their personal sphere, and sort of explain the system that they ended up with as alongside all the technical and scaling and organizational challenges. It's like two engineers sort of geeking out on a virtual whiteboard and sharing knowledge rather than having an interview format. And it's a really, really good way to learn about architectures in a production setting. Now, interviews like this don't have a binary answer. They don't have a script that you can stick to. It's not a defined problem. But for us, we really value diversity of thought in the people that we hire. And there's multiple ways to have architectural principles. So it's really, really nice to see architectures in different organizations. Now, I bring this up because this whole interview format was and is driven and crafted by individual contributors like myself. I had a hand in making this interview format exist and be a part of how we hire. These processes don't need to be mandated top down. It doesn't need to be some VP of engineering sitting in a room and stating that this is how we're going to do interviewing. That is something that you can have influence in.